perspective. Good morning, world. Well, it's about 4:45. The sun's coming up. I woke up for no reason. I just rolled over and I thought, hey, here I am, I'm awake. Why am I awake? And then I made the mistake of checking my phone. There's an email on there. And I'm struggling, to be honest. It's a struggler. This is a real life demonstration of things beyond the scope. Yeah. I was literally just being like, Jesus, I don't even know what to do with this. Grandma, especially my grandma. This is like a family thing. Yeah, the things that, like, there's so many things in life that no one prepares you for, because you can't. Oh, God. But what I can say is that grace is required. Like, these are the moments when everyone's just like, just ask yourself, like, what would love do? I know what love would do. That's not the fucking issue. It's around the people who are just fucked. Long story short, one beautiful person in my family is sick. But they come with a person in my family who I think is just fucked. So this is the thing, when you come from a really fucked up family, oh man, and people are, I don't have words. So on one hand, I'm like, I know what I would do. The me already knows what to do because it's the thing that I just would do and want to do, which is like fucking reach out, support, play a fucking role that I've always played within this family. But the thing is, I've cut this person out of my life for a reason. And for me to cut this person out of my life, which I never thought I'd ever see this fucking day. Like, that's the thing. To cut these people out of my life, do you know, it's like cutting off your own fucking arms, you know? Didn't come fucking easily. I mean, it did, but like, what it took to make it that easy is like exceptional, and it's exceptionally lost on these fucking people. Man. This is where I'm like, universe, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Sometimes I feel like I just get just enough of a break. It's like, the last 4 years, it's just like, yeah, it just feels like speedball after speedball whipped at my face endlessly. And then with these little tiny breaks, in the beginning it was just like I'd get a week of peace, and then it upped its way to like 2 weeks, and then there'd be chaos and craziness, and then I'd get like another week or two. And then since fucking the universe ripped everything away this winter and was like, we're gonna bring you to this city that you fucking hate, where you're gonna be trapped, stuck, and just so you can rest I'm just gonna just really make it unbearable, but it's so you can rest. So now I've had this rest, which also comes with excruciatingness. And now I've got a whole other this is where I'm just amazed. Like, if anything, amazed. So let's pull some cards on. What the fuck do you do? What is being really asked of you for the things that no one prepares you for? Things that require a lot of grace. Well, at least the easy part is that the person in my family who is not doing well, I love them very much. Oh, world, you are a fucking interesting one. The Divine Comedy. Okay, well, chicken scratching in the litter box, which drives me crazy, so let's light. We need some smoke on this, for sure. Sorry. It's the tears and the allergies. Oh, yeah, this is where I really wish my grandma was alive. Although, my grandma, when she was alive, was still human, and she also belonged to our family, which, you know, like, I don't fool myself into thinking that my grandma was perfect, but my grandma also has some exemplary qualities, and to me was a saint. And she really believed in forgiveness. Oh boy, yeah. See, this is the thing. Like, this is why I love the 12-step model in particular. The idea of, like, healing circles. People need to see demonstrations. Like, I personally, because I come up from such a fucked up world, like, my life has been just not so bad, so, like, it's never served me to hear someone who has all the trappings talk about when times are hard, this is all you need to do. But you're like, have you ever seen a hard day in your life? Like, for me, I have always looked to people whose stories matched mine, who, like, were fucking going through it or had gone through it, and they were the real deal, and they let it all hang out. Not in, like, the trauma bond way, but, like, do you know what I mean? Just really not pretending, no saccharine sweet smiles. And I feel like in the woo community, there's just so much emphasis on, like, I don't know. I'm just like a blue collar woo-woo, like, I don't know, keeping it real kind of person. Like, for me, I just practically, I'm like, again, no one prepares you. No one has, like, there's no guidebook. So we have to look to each other. People who've gone before us to be like, oh, I went down this path. It was really rough. This was what happened. You know, this is what happened. This is what occurred. And this is how I got through it. We need demonstrations. And in this moment, I don't know. know how to be the thing that I believe in. Yeah. So I guess this is the theme this morning, is like, okay, you know what? This story has been lingering in my head the last few days, but I've also thought about this man, speaking of 12-step groups, but also demonstrations of love. And I've thought about this guy for a long time. So when I used to live in New York, I used to go to one of my favorite meetings, 12-step meeting. And so for those of you that aren't familiar, usually within 12-step meetings, there's open meetings and closed meetings. Open is for like anyone to come, participate, lend support, learn about in case you're questioning whether you may or may not have an issue with substances, or at least the meetings I was going to. There's all types of 12-step. Anyway, it was an open meeting. And there was a guy. It was a morning meeting, so it wasn't that busy that day. It was like a smaller meeting. And yeah, this guy who I'd never seen before, he raised his hand and wanted to share. And he quickly identified that, he was just there because he had an ex that had issues with addiction and had been sober and was going to meetings. Anyway, my point to all of this is that this guy wasn't with this person anymore. And but he was so impacted by the relationship and by his love for this person that even way after the fact that they weren't together, and one of the things that I think that came up, if I remember correctly, was just that as a non-addicted person, he didn't really understand the importance of the support of the 12 steps and like going to meetings a bunch and like what addiction really is, just didn't really kind of get the nuances and probably how to be a better partner and ally in that. And so basically, yeah, this person just basically took a lot of accountability, but was just like, I want to understand. And so on his own volition, even though the relationship had ended way past, they weren't with this person, they weren't looking to get back with this person, do you know what I mean? It wasn't a ploy. It was just that they loved this person so much, even after the fact, they wanted to continue to understand and to do better. And just the way that he spoke has literally stayed with me from that day. And especially in terms of going back to how I was saying, interested people show interest. And this is how you know it's the real love deal, is that there's no conditions. He wasn't even with this person anymore. He took time. And also, most people don't like stepping into rooms that they've never been into with strangers. Most people, it makes them really uncomfortable to go to a meeting, whether it's because you need a meeting or you don't need a meeting. So this person, again, didn't put their comfort first. It was their love of that person they had been with, and to better understand. So for me, it was love being demonstrated, grace. Well, the thing that I'm personally hearing, thank you, Spirit, for reminding me, is when in doubt, you just ask. So what I know is that somewhere within this recipe, my throne needs to be made of love, regardless of what actions I am to take or not take. My goal, what I'm reaching for here, is to be a demonstration of my beliefs around love and grace. It's painful. it just goes back to betrayal. It really does. The people that we love and trust, when people act out their shit against us, like, how do you keep yourself safe and okay and still, like, if this were just the one family member, I just wouldn't even be bothered. But it's because it has to do with this other family member that's sick and pretty innocent, to be honest. Like, this is a family member that's a young person and not embroiled in 8,000 years of generational trauma. Do you know what I mean? For some people, it just may sound so easy of like, it's family, it's blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, I did not spend fucking 8 billion years in therapy and, like, extracting myself out of the fucking sicko family. Like, I don't know, man. But there is just certain instances where life is calling upon you to, like, rise to the occasion. Okay, so God wants me to pray about it. Well, I'm fucking praying. Okay, let's pull a fucking card on it. Okay, which deck? I don't know if we want this little deck, because we need the crows. We need birds. I feel like, especially my family, birds are a real theme. Oh, this is where we definitely need Grandma Florine. Grandma. What the fuck? Oh, Grandma. Grandma. Episode of Gabi about it. That's why I always come back to crying. I'm like, I guess that's why there is crying. Because there is, like, things that there's no words for. It has to be a different type of release. Because it's just emotion that's there. It's nothing that's even, like, I could talk about it, but really, it's like there's nothing to say. It's a feeling. And it doesn't feel very comfortable or nice. Okay. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters. Okay, the question is, how do we show up in grace and love for people that you would much rather not? That's the question. Judgment. They just reminded me of the reading I did. And this card came out with the 3 points of the crown. The weight of the spirit, the weight of the cross, and the weight of the sword. How do you conduct yourself within those 3 points? Well, they are pointing out this red cross. Yeah, with the red cross, it's making me think of, like, the first aid kit. Sorry, I'm having that internal conversation where I'm like, how can you heal something with someone who, like, may not want to heal? Like, this is the thing about spiritual subjects meeting psychology, like real life and like family trauma, where it's like, how the fuck, if someone hasn't, yeah, how do you show up for people that bring harm or just like are fucking out to lunch? Because here's the thing, toxic, fucked up people can also experience tragedy where, again, anyone would want to rise up and be like, that's terrible. And regardless of your nature, this is a terrible thing. And you're going to need some support around that. The crow is to my left. It's the past. And we have these 3 crow spirits. The rock balancing. It is a balance. The mountains. It's making me, oh God. Yeah, it's making me think of, the mountains are making me think of BC. And so I talk about my grandma a lot, but my grandma, the last city that she lived in for most of her life was Vancouver, and she's buried in Vancouver. And my sister and I grew up, well, we grew up in a lot of places, but BC. I've been talking about BC a lot. Childhood. When my sister and I were young, we played a lot on the shore. For a hot second, we grew up on a sailboat. Sorry, gang. Yeah, my sister and I would play. We were always around water. And yeah, rock balancing is something I've always done. I find it really peaceful. So I've been talking a lot the last few videos about, yeah, like just something, your past, your childhood, something there. And even though I don't love British Columbia, it's nice to visit for me, but I wouldn't live out there again. Oh, is that where Grace is found? Oh, they were showing me that yesterday or the day before when I was walking. Sometimes I get a lot of downloads and I have to put them aside because they come with other things, but the other things haven't come out yet. So when I was walking the other day, Spirit was showing me, I don't know how to describe it, it sounds so weird. But basically, yeah, like someone's body, the age they're at now. But yeah, like finding the part of them, going to the age or the part of them before they got damaged or before you had a real break, a severing. And so they're showing me that with this childhood card. Because, yeah, when they took me back to this time period with my sister, touche. Touche, God. Fucking hurts. Okay. Which is also true, because I've said this before when I've spoken about the person who's birthed me. is that when I do my spiritual tete-a-tete of like, I love you, I forgive you, I thank you, and I've mentioned that I find it actually a lot easier to spiritually and lovingly connect to my son's mom's lawyer than it is to my own mother. But I do have this one photo, or I did, but I can see the picture. There's this little tiny school photo that my mom had of herself when she was 14. And so I kept it. And that's an age where if I look at that photo, I feel like it's before my mom's brokenness became too broken. So if I want to connect to her, if I feel like I have the capacity to, I'll picture that photo of like 13, 14. Oh yeah, Spirit did have this as a topic. Okay, I guess this is the video, because it ties in. When have you been able to see the human in the monster? And it's funny. Yeah, okay, I guess, yeah, this is the video. Okay, so in my life, some of the worst people I have ever known, like dark, twisted sociopaths, even within them, I've had moments in my life where I have seen even the darkest of dark, there will always be, just even if it's literally the width of the hair on my head, one hair, that consciousness that we all come from. So with my stepdad, and you could look him up, he's in the newspapers. My sister and I found the newspapers from the terrible things that he did when he was 20. And suffice to say, like when I say sociopath, like this man, no bueno. But there was twice in my life with him that I saw the human in the monster. And this winter, one of the very last interactions I had with the person who birthed me. This is what I mean, going back to grace. Because my mom has really fucking done me wrong. And I don't have very many nice things to say about this human being. Or not even nice. It's just, there's a lot of truth. I could tell you the truth about this person, and it would leave most people being like, so it's not even about it being nice. It's just about the truth. And the truth is, there's a lot of nice, not nice things about this person. Okay, so this winter, the person who birthed me fell off a ladder and hurt her leg. Okay, on with the story. So in the winter with my mom, I was at work one day and I get this text. She's fallen off of a ladder and hurt herself. So classic. And whatever, long story short, I mean, I showed up for my mom. Like, this is where it's just like, this is where I don't know what to do sometimes, because I'm like, okay, when you belong to a fucked up family, it's like, I'm the protector nurturer in the family. I'm also the black sheep because I tell the truth, but like, I've never not shown up for every fucking abusive piece of shit in my family. I always have. So on one hand, the lesson is like extraction, not giving time, energy, and resources to people who like bring harm and are fucked. But in this process of helping my mom, so we had to go to the hospital, and so my mom needed to be picked up from the hospital. So I picked up my mom and was bringing her back to her house, and it's one of those things, until you have an injury, like, you don't notice how the world impacts you until you can't use a part of yourself, and then everything is just one huge obstacle. So there was this point where, as my mom was trying to get up to her doorway, and I should preface by saying that my mom is not an affectionate person at all. Like, I think there was a point when my son was born, I hadn't seen my mom in like 10 to 12 years, and my mom came and like didn't hug me then. Like, didn't hug me when she saw me. I can probably count a few times that my mom has hugged me. She only told me that she loved me on the phone, like at the age of 20, and it's stilted and weird, and it actually feels better to not hear someone say I love you than hear someone say I love you when it sounds unnatural and phony. But to get my mom, she couldn't get up onto the little ledge to her door. And it was one of those moments where I had to pick my mom up. It's just weird too, because it's like I'm a dad now. My mom is like a really little person, and we've just never really, we're not touchy-feely. But because I'm a parent now, and I'm really loving, and also because I had to pick up my mom, and it was funny, like I was laughing about it, but there was just this moment where I picked her up, and I remember my hand touched her hand. And the thing about my mom and I is that I have my mom's thumbs. It's such a weird thing, but it just stood out because, if I can be honest, most days I still really hate my mom with every inch of my being. But this is what I mean. It's like the human in me isn't still lost, because in that moment, picking up my mom like a baby and realizing like she weighs nothing, and like how can so much harm come out of someone that, like, I don't know, soft old person skin, and this thumb, my thumb comes from her. But this is the thing, it's being able to have these human moments with people who bring us harm. Yeah, I guess these are the things that I really personally struggle with. I've consistently loved people that have hurt me. And so, in these moments of grace and love, where I'm like, I've consistently been this person, and it's never served me. And so I feel like the lessons have been of like, it's just like how to walk away and extract, and like fucking even at times like fight. Not like fight, but you know what I mean. These people. Oh, God. Okay, so we have this judgment card. Yes. Tell me more, Grandma. Grandma, like, you're this whole reading. You gotta talk. King of Swords. Huh. Seeing things clearly. Yeah. Not being afraid to speak the truth. Make a judgment. Okay, let's get some more. Because I don't know about you, but I feel like these are all, whether it's my story or not, I still think like practical advice of like, oh, King of Wands. I love this King of Wands. That's the sexiest line I've ever seen. Like, I'm telling you, like, those eyes are gorgeous. Ah, yes, the King of Wands and the King of Swords. The two different energies. Okay. Yes, Grandma. Oh boy, we got the Tower. Under Judgment. Oh boy, yes. The Four Swords, yeah, the Four Swords, but this is that one with the two birds outside. I feel like this guy's always pretending to be dead to get like a rest. Where like, again, when bird bitches be bird bitching, and you're just like, I just need it. I need a moment. If I have to pretend that I'm dead right now in order to get some fucking peace, that's how I feel. Girl, baby girl, I get you. And it's his little stiff legs that gets me. It's very dramatic. Of like, I'm really dead. Just please, just leave me alone. Yeah. Those two birds are on the outside. Okay. The Hermit. Yeah. That guy's being left in the cold. Yeah, and he's looking. Oh boy. Okay, we need 3 more. Jesus. Ace of Swords. Judgment Tower. Yes. 2 of Cups. Yes. The 5 of Wands. If I were to just read it for my circumstances, but this is like, we're going to do an applique for both. Yeah, so that King of Wands, because the King of Wands is looking directly at me, but his crow is looking to the future. The next card under him is the Hermit. And like, this guy is left the fuck out in the cold. He's not even in a cave. Like, he is out in the snowstorm. He's not in his nest. He's out looking. And I feel like that's because they're future forward. Yeah, they're looking for me in the future, which is, again, so classic family dynamic. Fucking throw me under the fucking bus. You fucking go out of your way to destroy my life, and now because you're in need, and I was the person to always take care of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, is the rest of the shitty family not taking care of you in your time of need in this terrible fucking circumstance? I know, because I'm the person who fucking raised you. Now you come to me because I'm your big fucking protector and the person who always fucking nurtured you and fucking... Because also, what we see is the 5 of Wands. I do. I personally find it hard to believe that I can trust. Because I also feel like how many times can I be a dum-dum and keep going back to family members where this year alone, I don't know why it's taken 44 years for this information, but like, thank God for Instagram and all the psychologists that have their own little Instagram pages. But this one therapist was talking about it being like, why do you keep going to the unhealed family members to bring you the healing that you need? And I was like, yeah, because that was my epiphany, where I was like, oh my God, I keep going back to the people that are the source of my pain who haven't healed their pain. They're not healed. And I'm going to them because I want us to all heal, but they can't. And then it just, yeah, it's like getting clubbed on the head 9,000 times, you know? So I'm like, this is where I'm like, how do you show up for people that bring harm, who personally, you would much rather play dead. you would rather play dead and hide out in a little shed or something while people are looking for you to be like, where did so-and-so go? Where are they? Oh, you know what? I see him through that window. He looks dead. I guess we can't bother him. He's dead. Yeah, his little toes are up. And that pile of Judgment to the Tower to the Ace of Swords. Okay, well, I mean, I did find that to be how I woke up this morning. Judgment to the Tower to the Ace of Swords. Like, did not expect that email to be in my inbox at 4 a.m. Okay, tell me about... Oh, where did I even start? Okay, well, really what I want to know is... Because it's just kind of stating the obvious on the table. I'm like, what is required of me? How do I show up safely? Do I show up? Like, what do I do here for this person? The Two of Pentacles. See, those two are flying away again. See, and this one's holding the bag, juggling. That's what I mean. I just feel like it's just manipulation. Like, for me, hand to God, this is like my mom and my sister. These fucking two crows that keep fucking showing up. And also, emphasis on the Three of Swords. Why this fucking guy has to fucking rest in his acting is because, yeah, there's been 3 swords. And he has to rest now. Yeah, these two are flying off. Well, this guy... Okay, well, what do you want me to know about this King of Wands, the Hermit, and the Five of Wands? Temperance. To the Seven of Swords. This is what I mean. Whenever I inquire and I want to believe in the best in people, the cards just tell me, like, what I already fucking know. The Five of Wands to the Seven of Swords. These fucking 2 birds. Oh. Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're coming up to the full moon in Scorpio. Of course, it's tomorrow. No wonder this morning is completely unhinged. Okay, Grandma. How do you want me to deal with this energy? Okay, so we see Temperance here. So I need to remain in balance, yes, but... What was that noise? What the fuck's going on? We have the Four of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands. But the Four of Pentacles is always my narcissist. To be honest, I feel like this is my mom. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Grandma. How do you want me to deal with that energy? Because all I see is fucking clusterfuck bullshit. I see the same shit of exactly what I walked away from. So how do I support the family member who is not doing well? How do I show up for this? That's the question. Because to be honest, I don't give a shit about this fucking person. Because you're just showing me what I actually fucking know about this person. They're a fucking dirt-kicking snake. Temperance. Okay. Okay, but can you tell me more about temperance? Like, I can be tempered from far away. I can be tempered by not reaching out back to this person. Wheel of Fortune. Well, the Scorpion's on the bottom. And the Snake's on the bottom. With that King of Wands. But he's kind of like, his eyes, he's a ghost. Yeah, all 3. And to me, all 3 represent my sister. Okay. Temperance to the Wheel of Fortune. Could I have a bit more clarity, God? Like, direct, like... I don't actually want to talk to this person. Oh, the 8 of Wands again. Okay, well, who's bringing in the Empress? So, more communication coming towards me? Or am I communicating? The Queen of Wands. Oh, shit. Am I going to hear from my mom? She did pop through in a vision. I could see her coming towards me, and I was going to add that to a video. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, the person who left me out in the fucking cold. Oh, great. Great. Just great. Ah, yes, the 3 points of the crown. I want to fucking scream. 3 points of the crown. The weight of the spirit. The weight of the cross. The weight of the sword. Yeah, like, I feel like that's my son and I. And, like, my fucking dirt-kicking snake fucking family that can go fat fuck themselves. I don't know what's required. Okay, like, tell me more about temperance. I don't know what's required, God. Like, I really fucking don't. Like, Grandma, with all due respect, I love you to pieces, but, like, yeah, I know there's options. We're stating the obvious here. Like, what are in... Oh, this is an interesting 7 of Cups. I've been talking about it the last couple days. Okay, so we have the classic wreath. Boring. Okay, so the heart. I feel like this is the weight of the cross. The weight of the cross is the heart. We have the lotus flower. Now, if anyone knows what the fuck that is. Oh, kind of looks like the relics of an old church. Like out of anything. See what I'm seeing? You know, like the little steeple? Like it looks like it's been burnt. Then we have a bird skull. A snake. And who knows what the fuck that is? Like some black, like charcoal heart. Like none of those options look good at all, except for the heart. Oh. And the lotus. And he is looking towards more the direction. Well, it's a little bit wreathy, but really. Yeah. This is kind of like they're saying the weight of the spirit, the weight of the cross, the weight of the sword, because this would be cerebral. That would be the sword. That would be the heart. And that's the lotus, the spirit growing out of a fucking shit pile. Okay, but what do you physically want me to do? What do you physically want me to do? The 5 of Swords. Again, 2 are flying away again. The 2. My mom and my sister. Yeah, they're always flying away. There they are. Okay. Hold on. Let's put you here. Okay, you're gonna go back here. You're gonna go back here. You're gonna go back here. You're gonna go back in. You go here. You go there. Okay. Death. And the 5 of Coins. To the 6 of Cups. To the 9 of Cups. I mean, to be honest, I feel like that is my advice, is to, like, leave them in the cold, to be honest. Like, it's done. Like, it's done. Some people it is just done with. It doesn't mean I can't feel sad for the other circumstances. But to be honest, I don't know how to show up for people who are so unwell and are just fucked. I don't. I really don't. And to be honest, this just... And when they keep showing the energy of these people as still showing up incorrect, and especially this, like, this is so... like, this feels really accurate. Showing up to me, the fixer of the family, the person to hold everyone's fucking emotional fucking whatever. You throw me under the bus, you leave me to fucking die, and then, yeah, it's always the ones who are the most merciless fucks. And when in their time of need, oh, who comes fucking crying? And it sounds fucking cold. But this is then the thing that also makes me angry. I am the most loving, loyal person. If anyone knew what it took me to leave my son's mom, that took me years, many years of crying. And I didn't even know how terrible this human being was yet. I knew it was bad. I didn't know how bad. Had I known, I wouldn't have spent all those years fucking crying. And same with my mom and my sister. Like, to get to a place where I would never want to fucking talk to you again, when the two of you are my fucking people, my fucking pack, that I would fucking kill for, and you know that about me, and it hasn't fucking dawned on you to ask yourself, what could I possibly have done to have this person who is the most loving fucking person, the person who fucking raised me and fucking protected me, my fucking best friend. Oh, I wonder what it is I could have fucking done. Oh, and they've told me, but yet it's still a mystery. And yet here I am, writing at 4 a.m., even though I've just fucking tossed their fucking ass under the fucking bus. Oh, you fuck. Oh, man. I don't even think I fucking have answers. The only thing I can demonstrate is that I want to know. I don't know. And I have all the feelings in my heart. Because the other thing is that, like, history is history. Who my sister was when we were kids, who she was at 4 years old, 5 years old, is not the person today. Nor am I the child that I was. People change. People can grow and change for the better. People can grow and change for the worst. So it also doesn't behoove me to pretend like someone isn't who they fucking are. Because that's how you get fucking 10 swords in your fucking back. And it took me a long time to learn that. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna put all of y'all back in. And then Grandma, you're really gonna take the wheel. You walked it, you talked it. You're the real deal, and you can see things that I don't understand. And they're also your family. So, today, how would you like me to proceed with these two? Because Grandma, I'm telling you right now, I do not have that much love. I always have a spiritual love. I have different categories. Spiritually, I love my mom and my sister. Spiritually. I don't actually ever want to see harm come to people, even those that I fucking hate. Because if I really think about it, I don't like seeing anyone suffer. I would love for them to understand the impact, the harm that they have caused. That's what I would fucking love. That's really, if I think about, wanting to lash back, it's not about lashing back because I don't actually want to see people suffer. What I want is for fucking ding dongs to fucking get their heads out of their asses and like understand the impact, the harm people cause, the terrible fucking things that people do to one another endlessly, shamelessly. But that's spiritual love. In terms of like my ego being Mariko in this moment, wearing this fucking shirt, pulling some fucking tarot cards, honestly, these two people can literally fuck off and die. Hand to God. Hand to fucking God. Oh. The Two of Wands to the Two of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. See, this is exactly it. This is totally my mom and my sister. This is like one of the only Two of Wands where you see two people making a decision together. See, look at those two. Planning, oh, how can we unburden ourselves? And just like toss it on this guy that we've already burdened. We've literally added to this person's burdens when he was already burdened and dying. Oh, so we can fly off and enjoy ourselves. Yeah, and who's in the nest? Who's taking care of the nest with the Seven of Pentacles? All of that investment, all that hard work in the past. Yeah, I just left him in this empty, cold nest with nothing growing. There's no growth. But again, I feel like, God, we're stating the obvious. When I have no patience, stating the obvious really makes me a little bit bitchy. A decision. Oh, someone's watching. Yes. Decision needs to be made. Need to watch. Burdens. Knight of Cups. Oh, Knight of Swords. And the World. Again. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords are future forward. Oh, I feel like that was my sister. And I feel like this is me looking to them and being like, no. Yeah, no, it ends here. My arms are up. I'm like, you can just stop. You can stop rushing forward. All that speed. It's like, stop. You shall not pass. Yeah, you're nothing but a fucking bag of burdens. And, see, look. It's the same crow. Look, they left me literally fucking struggling to death. And struggling is not like, it's better to say they really threw me under the bus several times, and they got out of the bus and just ran over. So you see, I've made my decision. Yeah, the burdens. Putting it down. This, being like, no, it's done. Not only is it done, oh, that crow has a stick in its mouth. I never noticed that. But yeah. Done. Oh, the wreath. Cerebral. That's what I said about it. Yeah, the 3 points of the crown. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a long message, I think. Your emergency isn't my emergency. I can care and think about the person who's not doing really well right now and not actually have to interact with my mom or my sister. Okay, well, take care out there, collective. Stay blessed, stay golden.